Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Michigantown, Indiana. It's a crosstown rivalry as Clinton Prairie takes on the 10-2 Clinton Central Bulldogs, and we join you live on ISC Sports Network for all the action. JD Arland, Amy Anthrop in studio to bring you this one. And Amy, a match that has a whole lot of history between these two squads, and I know there's quite a bit of rivalry as well.
There is. This is a rivalry that dates back to the Connie Garrett and Linda Barnett days. So I'm really excited to see this game tonight. Two really good teams. Both have some win streaks coming into it. Should be a good game.
Absolutely, yeah. Both squads undefeated in the month of December. Clinton Prairie 8-4, Clinton Central 10-2. What are your predictions tonight? What do you expect to see from the visiting Gophers first?
You know, Clinton Prairie wants to get after it defensively, so look for them to be aggressive in their zone set. And then for Clinton Central, they've got some young talent right now. Their leading scorer, Parkinson, and then a freshman who is leading them as their floor general in Davidson. So Clinton Central's got to get those two going pretty early, but again, it's a great matchup between two teams that are playing pretty well right now.
Now, Clinton Prairie is, of course, down two of the integral parts of their offense in Tatum Nash and Tinley Neal. How do you replace two players like that? Where do you, I guess, fill in the gaps that they left with graduation?
Yeah, both of those players brought a lot to Clinton Prairie basketball. Tinley Neal, one of the great ones that Clinton Prairie has seen throughout their history, and then Tatum, just another solid role player that they had for 4 years. So it's hard to replace them, but the Gophers have a lot of returning talent from that team last year. So I look to them to try to go to Claire Eckenbarger, Caitlin Beck, Sydney Swan, all players who have played significant varsity minutes in their 4 years.
And then, of course, we only have a minute left until we have to take a break. But talking a little bit about the Hoosier Heartland Conference, Clinton Prairie in front of the pack at 5-0, Clinton Central at 2-1. How much do you pay attention to conference standings this late in the year?
You know, it's pretty important right now. This is the game where the Gophers try to stay undefeated in the conference, and you know, Carroll Cougars, who are another team that's got to be pretty high up and the conference rankings as well. So this is an important conference matchup, but I think if you ask both of these teams, it's a better county rivalry than conference.
Better county rivalry indeed. Clinton Prairie won this game just about a year ago, 49-30, and they led the whole time from that first quarter where they had a 10-4 lead all the way down to the end of the game. We will step away for just a moment for the national anthem. You're watching the ISC Sports Network, and we'll be right back.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. In addition, the Ultimate Managed Wi-Fi also comes with the Ultimate app. The Command IQ mobile app puts you in control of your home network and makes it easy to set up and connect devices, run network speed tests, pause Wi-Fi, and set parental controls, all from the palm of your hand. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started. Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need 2 things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, look-back options, and pause live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers, call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers, visit Mintel.net to sign up today.
We are back in Michigantown and around the world on the ISC Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. Now it's time to meet the starting lineups from tonight, and so we begin with the visiting Clinton Prairie Gophers. All eyes on the 21 jersey. That is Claire Eckenbarger. Joining her on the floor, Haven Wilson, Caitlin Beck, Abby Swan, and Sydney Swan. Are they related in some way?
Yes, they are sisters.
Okay, there you go. So this is the starting lineup for the Gophers. Real quick, we'll move on over to the home Bulldogs. Start off with Carly Davison. Then it's Erica Robbins, Courtney Serber, Sam Adams, and Sarah Parkinson. So both of these squads getting set to go. Who are you looking for the home team Bulldogs to lead their squad?
Sarah Parkinson, she's a junior. She right now is averaging 16.5 points and 8 rebounds. So I expect the Bulldogs to go to her early and go to her often.
Both squads taking the floor. Clinton Central, again, 10-2. Clinton Prairie, 8-4. So 2 winning teams. That puts Clinton Prairie at 19th in 2A in the Saragrin poll, and Clinton Central 12th in 1A. So we get to a little first quarter action on the ISC Sports Network. Starting off will be Sydney Swan for the Gophers, trying to get the tip at half court, matched up with Sarah Parkinson. This one will go to the Bulldogs as Parkinson gets it. A jump ball right off the get, and that's the kind of aggressive basketball that we're probably going to see all night. All right, 2 new faces here. Haven Wilson matched up with Carly Davison.
So there are probably 2 players that haven't had a jump off in a long time.
They're talking through it. You can see them at midcourt. Rivals on the court, but a tight-knit community in Clinton County. Both schools only about 20 minutes away. And this one goes to the Bulldogs again. Parkinson gets it. Carly Davison matching up on that 3-2 zone that the Gophers like to run, and it's stolen away with some aggressive defense. Can't go anywhere, and it's turned over, but I like the aggression from the Gophers early.
I did. It looked like Sydney there. Sydney Swan just didn't know if she should go up or try to look for Claire Eckenbarger on the other wing, and leads to a turnover.
So still scoreless as the Bulldogs have it. Trying to break that 3-2 zone up under the rim for 2. And the Bulldogs get on the board first. Courtney Serber is the one to score. Got to guard that baseline for the Gophers.
Right, and that 3-2, when the ball gets on the wing on the opposite top guard's got to drop right there. Haven Wilson gets caught up top, and just an easy pass.
And this one goes back the other way. All the momentum in the world going to the Bulldogs. It'll be called an offensive foul, though, and switch the possession so the basket doesn't count. Good defense there by Caitlin Beck. There's another look. There on the screen was Haven Wilson, who took the charge, planted her feet, and got the easy call.
Haven Wilson, if you've been following Clinton Prairie basketball in the last couple years, you recognize the Wilson last name. So just like her sisters there, great defensive stop.
Some miscues on offense lead to another Clinton Prairie turnover. Still 2-zip. Batted around in the paint, and it'll go back to the Gophers. So, Amy, we've seen some problems with communication for CP as they've struggled to hang on to it offensively. How do you solve that so early in this game?
They just need to stay poised, just calm down a little bit. Right here with Claire Eckenbarger, get them into something. Let's get a good set. Try to get the best look that you can.
Prairie a little slower. Just like you said, Amy, trying to set something up instead of driving inside right away. Eventually, they'll go off glass. Caitlin Beck is no good there. And so still 2-0 with 6 minutes to go. Carly Davison calling the play. Look at how far up the CP defense gets. And this one goes low into the post off the wing. Sarah Parkinson can't convert. Back the other way. The triple try is good. And CP regains the lead. It's 3-2 with 5.5 to go.
Little extended 1-2-2 right here. Try to force something out of their defense.
And here it goes the other way. Great heads-up basketball. Beck will try again, to no avail. Davison there to grab onto it, but she's trapped. And so this one's on the floor. Take another look at this back three. Just nothing but net left wide open. Might be something that Prairie has to focus on, as they haven't been able to drive as effectively as I'm sure they'd like to.
Yeah, Clinton Central runs a pack line man, so in a pack line, you kind of sag off and you protect the driving lanes a little bit more. So those shots are going to be open for Prairie throughout the night.
And that one falls for CC. And so the Bulldogs match with a three-pointer of their own, 5-3, 4:45. How about the ankles? Dish it over wide for the three, and it's good. Great offense from CP.
Yeah, Haven Wilson doesn't shoot too many there on the outside, but that's a good penetration, good attack by Claire Eckenbarger, and kick out to Haven.
6-5, already 3 lead changes. Davison can't get it, but there to clean up off the glass is Courtney Serber. And Serber now has 4 from that low position. Wide open was Haven Wilson, but she can't get it to go.
Courtney Serber, going back to that last play, she's a player that only averages 4 points a game for the Bulldogs, and she's already matched her high. So Gophers got to do a little bit better job guarding her down in the paint.
Might have gotten Eckenbarger for the reach there. And we'll see what they call. This one going to the line. There to shoot 2 is Sam Adams. And there's another look. I think Eckenbarger just got a little too aggressive, jumped up a little too high on that one. First shot no good. 7-6 here in the first quarter on ISC Sports Network. The Clinton County rivalry matchup between Central and Prairie. First team foul for the Gophers. Second one gets to go. So Sam Adams clocking in with her first points of the occasion. CP really trying to stay on the outside, not try to force anything down low. Last time it didn't work out for them after Haven Wilson missed the open 2. Instead, they'll try from 3 off the neck of the basket. Eckenbarger almost there. Instead, Carly Davison takes over. That'll go for Erica Robbins. A threat from deep early.
Yeah, that was great offense by the Bulldogs. They got the ball inside. That caused Clinton Prairie's defense to collapse. Opens up a shot for Robbins, who is known to be a good shooter.
CP tries with a 3 of their own. This one will go off the front. It's a jump ball. So Courtney Serber grabbed onto it. Here's another look at that nice off glass from Courtney Serber. Couple that with Erica Robbins, and CC has put together a nice little offense. 3 no good for Sydney Swan. It'll lead to a turnover. 2:45 to go here in this first quarter. Davison almost interrupted by Eckenbarger. Davison doesn't have a whole lot of help as Sarah Parkinson throws it inside. The double team works for Clinton Prairie as they've adjusted their defense to guard down low. Eckenbarger touches every part of the rim before rolling home.
I really like that drive by Claire Eckenbarger there. The way the Bulldogs are playing, they're giving up some open shots. So the Gophers got to continue to attack, get some of those easy shots in the paint.
A little high there, intended for the junior, Courtney Serber. So here's another look at that jump stop from Eckenbarger. The victory roll in. And Eckenbarger just a real utility knife for this Gopher team. Can do it all. A defensive specialist, but when she's wide open, you got to get up on her. She's going to do that every time. Another jump ball, it seems. And so here come the Bulldogs. Minute 44 to go, 8-11. Clinton Central trying to answer after the Eckenbarger 2.
To go back to Eckenbarger, she's one that's done a really good job this year in trying to fill the shoes of Tinley Neal from last year. I mean, Claire is averaging 8 points a game, but I think the key statistic for her is 5 assists a game.
Sarah Parkinson tries the roll. It doesn't go. Minute and a half to go. CP with the early three-point shot instead of getting their offense all set up, trying the heat check. Unfortunately, a cold Indiana night, and that one rolls back as Carly Davison resets. Davison inside. I think they'll call it a kick, and so Central will get the ball back as we see Haven Wilson check back into the game. So there to inbound, Courtney Serber. Way over the top as Davison tries to hang on to it. Inside, can't get it. A great rebound there for Abby Swan. CP gets the second chance on offense. It's a 3-on-1. Caitlin Beck hit the deck.
It was a great recovery there by the Bulldogs. Looked like Prairie had some numbers out in transition. The Bulldogs hustle back and take away that transition opportunity.
Correction, that was Hailey Wilson fighting for the loose ball. As some substitutions are made, Michael Morris. Off glass, a couple of attempts, no good. CP forces it back to the outside. Here's Eckenbarger. Front of the rim. Clangs out as Davison grabs on. 30 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 3 points separating Clinton Central and Clinton Prairie. A very even matchup as compared to last year's contest. And that was good for 2. Courtney Serber, her 6th point of the outing. 3rd field goal. Eckenbarger back on the outside. Wilson, 3 doesn't go. Eckenbarger tries with the second attempt, but that drains the clock. 13-8, the score after the first quarter here in Michigantown. And we will step aside and join you in just a moment for the second quarter of play. CP trails by 5. You're watching ISC Sports Network.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
We're back on ISC Sports Network. We'd like to thank our friends at Ardente Dental. Ardente Dental is a team of professional smile makers dedicated to leading the community to optimal health. Straighten your smile and improve your confidence today by contacting Ardente Dental at 765-654-7222 or visiting ardentedental.com. And all smiles are the Clinton Central Bulldogs, who have the early lead.
Yeah, the Bulldogs executed very well, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. You can see their game plan in that first quarter. They're going to let the Gophers take some shots on the outside and then try to limit them to one and done. And then on the other end, they've just found a lot of players open on the block that's led to some easy buckets for them.
Definitely a mismatch of size down low between the two squads. Whistle blown to stop it. See who they get for the foul. believe it was either Abby or Sydney Swan. So the second team foul. Here we go the other direction. Here's Abby Swan trying to kick it over, but too quick was Bridget Royer. Interrupts and gets it back to the point guard Davison.
It's another great hustle back by the Bulldogs there. Looks like numbers again for Clinton Prairie, and in the end Prairie comes up with nothing out of it.
How about that sequence for Bridget Royer? The interruption and steal turns into 2 points. Great defense leads to great offense. Down the other end, CP tries the early three, doesn't go for Caitlin Beck, as there's a whistle blown. And yeah, Bridget Royer got the job done on both ends. Came off the bench here in the second quarter. Check it out, wide open. There with more than enough time to extend the wingspan up and even release the ball before facing too much pressure.
I think the difference in this game right now is if you watch the Bulldogs, they are really moving the ball on offense, and that's causing the zone of Clinton Prairie to have to move around. It's leading to some open shots.
Dribbling around the outside, Erica Robbins tries to kick it back. They'll go with a long three and bank it in. Hey, it might be 7:48 p.m., but the bank's open in Michigantown. That's good for three for Carly Davison.
There again, you see the movement of the Bulldogs, and it's getting Clinton Prairie kind of on the back of their heels, and they're having to rotate a lot. The Gophers need to do the same thing on the offensive end instead of just one pass shot.
Whistle blown on Courtney Serber, her first, team first of the quarter. As yeah, hey, check that out, wide open for three, even went above the square. Now a 10-point lead for Clinton Central, 18-8. As CP will try to move inside and almost get it knocked away. Claire Eckenbarger, all by herself, draws the foul there on Serber.
The Gophers have been best so far in this game when they're attacking. Here you can see Claire Eckenbarger, who got another one in the paint in the first quarter, attacking the rim. You're either going to get fouled or you're going to get a layup. So the Gophers need to continue to run some offense, attack the paint, and then look for your outside shots. Right now, just too many one-pass shots, which is not going to get it done against a good defensive team like Clinton Central.
Here's Eckenbarger. Makes the second one of her foul shots. So she's got 3 points, one off a 2-point field goal, and then that. 18-9, as I believe they'll get Haven Wilson with that.
And I think that is her second foul in about a minute and a half.
3 fouls compared. 3 fouls here in this quarter for the Gophers. And so Erica Robbins flushes inside to Parkinson. Got it. Took long enough to roll in there, but Parkinson eventually gets it in for her first field goal. So the bigs of Clinton Central have been their center point of offense. CP gets the 3 to go. Did you catch a number on that, Amy?
That was Hailey Wilson, number 22.
Hailey Wilson from deep. Some signs of life for the CP offense, who's been pretty dormant here in this second quarter. It'll stay with the Bulldogs after it's kicked out of bounds. That's exactly, I'm sure, what they were trying to do, the Wilson 3, but CP just unable to set up a 3-point play with limited shooting. And that one goes for Erica Robbins. These Bulldogs are on a roll. Hey, how about a timeout too? You gotta be all smiles if you're wearing green tonight.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are just executing their game plan extremely well. Right here, this is just too easy of a pass. You know Robbins wants to shoot the ball. So the Gophers have got to match up a little bit better in their out-of-bounds defense. Right there, easy pass in to a shooter. she's going to knock that down if she's that open.
During this timeout, we'd like to thank our friends at Mulberry Telecommunications. Mulberry Telecommunications currently offers service in Mulberry, Dayton, rural Lafayette, rural Frankfort, and other communities in Clinton and Tippecanoe County. Fiber internet packages start at just $49.95 per month. For more information, visit mintel.net. Mulberry Telecommunications, it's the best gig in town. 23-11, 5 minutes to go here in this half. CP trying to get something set up on offense after a limited first half performance, and Eckenbarger's definitely the one that they want to go through to get a jump start.
Right now in this quarter, the Bulldogs are on a 10-3 run, so Prairie's got to get something here in these next couple possessions, get their offense going a little bit.
Down low was Abby Swan, kicked it back out to Eckenbarger, and CC is just going to let that one go out of bounds. So a couple of missed threes, and like you said, Amy, they're just letting Clinton Prairie shoot, and the shooting has not been falling for these Gophers so far.
Yeah, Coach Don Helmick, he's got a very good game plan right now, and you're going to keep with your game plan until the other team makes you make adjustments. And right now, the Gophers aren't knocking down their shots on the outside, so the Bulldogs, I expect them to kind of stay with this game plan throughout the game.
Foul called on Hailey Wilson. Be her first. Team 6th of the half. So we finally see some free throws, and Clinton Central with all the confidence and momentum at the moment. 24-11, a 13-point lead for the home team from Michigantown in white. Eckenbarger on the outside, gets a screen. It looked like Erica Robbins might have reached in. That's who they'll call for it.
Here again, Claire Eckenbarger attacks the paint. If you're Coach Kale Morris, you've got to recognize that good things are happening when you attack the paint. You've got to stay with that.
That one goes for Caitlin Beck, who's had a little more success down low, like you mentioned. And now here's a miscue as Bridget Royer couldn't catch the errant pass. And that's good defense from Clinton Prairie, trying to limit how much can go down low in the post, where Clinton Central's been able to put the paint on.
That's a good defensive possession, too. I mean, Caitlin Beck just attacks the paint, gets a layup, and then they go down on the other end and force a turnover. So maybe that last possession what Prairie needed to get themselves going, both on the offensive and defensive ends.
Swan goes back to Eckenbarger. 3.5 to go. And a whistle. Be offensive. See who they eventually call. Oh, it was a travel, excuse me. So that's going back the other way, but still a mental mistake. They make up for it. Eckenbarger steals. Down the other end, spin move, and off of the miss. Clinton Prairie makes some points out of it. Taking a bad situation and making it better. Eckenbarger steals it away. Up off the glass, and 4 easy points now.
And that is where Clinton Prairie is best. Claire Eckenbarger getting some deflections on the ball, leading to some steals. Prairie in transition. They're a great team and hard to stop.
A great sequence from Morrison's group. They'll try to silence it with a Bridget Royer 3. Instead, it goes back to the Gophers, who picked a great time to get some momentum just before the halftime break. 2.5 minutes to go.
So now here, the Gophers, they have some momentum. They're on a little 4-0 run. They need to try to get something good out of this possession.
And Eckenbarger just can't do it alone. Blocked down hard in the paint there by Royer. Sarah Parkinson slowing it down. Gets it over to Robbins. Robbins facing tough pressure with that 3-2 zone that the Gophers are keeping. Robbins sure thought about the shot there for a moment. Instead, they'll try to drop it low to Royer. Royer over to Davison. She's fouled, and that'll be 2 shots and stop the clock at 1:49.
That was a great pass by Royer, finding Davison on the right block. Davison, it's hard to believe that she's only a freshman. She's one of those players that plays well beyond her years, averaging 11, almost 12 points a game. Here we can see it again. Ball goes down into Royer. Finds Davison right behind Eckenbarger, but Davison has learned a lot from older sister Kendall, who just graduated last year from Clinton Central, and she's the Clinton Central all-time leading scorer. So I'm sure a lot of late nights between sisters Carly and Kendall.
The kind of Clinton County insight we needed from Amy Anthrop. Thank you. Whole lot of storylines in this game. That's just scratching the surface. A game that has been primarily dominated by Clinton Prairie in the past 17-4. That's the score in the last 21 matchups of this game.
I was doing a little bit of research coming into this game, and the Bulldogs are looking for their first win over Clinton Prairie since 2009-2010. So you know it's a big game for both of these teams, but I'm sure the Bulldogs have had this one circled for a while.
The Bulldogs this season have so far been very successful, as there's a great second look and an opportunity. A whistle stops it. But yeah, just talking about Clinton Central's path to get here. 2 losses at home, of course, but that is the only blemish on their record, including they had a big win in a neutral site game against Lebanon. 44-37, the final score in that one, and that was only 8 days ago.
I watched that game in preparation for this one, and it's always a cool place, a cool game to watch when 2 teams are playing in the Hoosier Gym. And yeah, the Bulldogs just outplayed the Lebanon Tigers from the very beginning of that game.
Fast break, up and in, 37 seconds to go as CP tries to close the gap. So down the other end, I'll try the pitch to Sam Adams. On the other side was Erica Robbins. It's going back to Clinton Prairie for most likely the final play of this half. CP definitely back in the game. They're going to roll it. Not wasting any time. Try to set up an offense quickly instead of letting that 3 fly like we saw them do for much of the first quarter. Down low was Grace Good.
Got to recognize the time here.
They'll try the buzzer beater. It doesn't fall. And so that will solidify our halftime score, 26-19, a 7-point lead for the home team. And we will break that down and so much more for you on our halftime show right here on the ISC Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. 26-19, the score heading into the break. Clinton Central in front.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now, because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there's now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
We are back here on ISC Sports Network, joining you in our Mulberry studios. JD Arlen, Amy Anthrop here. And Amy, I know, if you don't know, Amy was the coach of Clinton Prairie for a long time. And tell us, you know, you're only a couple years removed, so I'm sure there are a lot of thoughts brewing in your head right now. What would that halftime speech look like?
Well, for both teams, halftime is a time for both teams to make adjustments. So for Prairie right now, I think the key thing is they've got to attack on offense. Right now, the Bulldogs are letting them take outside shots. So every single time Prairie has gotten the ball in the paint, something good has happened, whether it be a foul or a finished bucket. So I think they need to continue to attack. Don't settle for the outside three. And then they need to try to force their own tempo. There they went on a little run because they were getting some steals. So force tempo opens up your transition offense. And then defensively for them, their backside rotation, they've got to rotate a little bit better. The Bulldogs are just taking advantage of cross-court passes or opposite block passes that are leading to some points for the Bulldogs.
Couldn't agree more. But I have to give it up for the number 12 jersey on Clinton Central, Erica Robbins, who has been an offensive threat for Clinton Central all game long, and she's gotten it done from the outside. She's gotten inside the glass, and Courtney Serber as well with 7 points of her own. Bridget Royer has gotten it done. I just don't know if Clinton Prairie has the answer for the multifaceted attack that Clinton Central brings. I mean, you see this, the outside shooting. Then, of course, on the inside, they've gotten it done as well. That's Erica Robbins right there, both of her threes. She also got a free throw as well. But Clinton Central, why are they able to hit that outside three-point shot when Clinton Prairie hasn't gotten the right tools to set up for it?
Well, Clinton Prairie is in a zone right now, and what the Bulldogs are doing every time down the court is they are moving the ball. They're getting the ball inside, and when you get the ball inside against the zone tends to collapse. So that opens up an inside-out pass. So right now they're getting the ball inside, they're getting the ball in the paint. Clinton Prairie's defense is collapsing on the ball, which is opening up these outside shots. Also, they're just moving the ball extremely well, and that is causing Prairie to over-rotate, which is also leading to some open shots. And, you know, you touched on players like Robbins and Serber and Royer, and really Clinton Prairie has done a good job of containing Central's two leading scorers in Davidson and Parkinson, but right now it's kind of the other ones who are doing some damage against their defense. So give a lot of credit to Clinton Central. Many players stepping up. Again, this is a high emotion game, and I think the Bulldogs are winning in that emotional battle right now.
If you had to give a key to victory to use Claire Eckenbarger a little more for Clinton Prairie, how would you utilize her on offense specifically?
For sure. Claire is a really good player, especially when she goes north-south, when she attacks the rim. So Prairie switched to a ball screen offense there in the second quarter a little bit. So, you know, if you're Claire Eckenbarger, who does a great job of attacking, coming off that ball screen looking to score, you know, I always said as a coach, your first option when you come off a ball screen is you've got to attack. You're the first scorer out of this. So Claire Eckenbarger, she's got to continue to attack, get a good pull up in the paint, get to the free throw line. But I think the key for the Gophers is they have got to attack harder and a little bit smarter and finish some of those as well.
Future Bulldogs and Gophers look on at halftime of this one. 16 fresh minutes of basketball on the other side of this break. It's 26-19. Clinton Central in front, and you're watching ISC Sports Network. We'll be right back.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Layup taken, and an and one. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Welcome back to ISC Sports Network. Clinton Prairie, Clinton Central facing off on this primetime matchup. And the CP offense was stifled for much of the first half until their second wind in the second quarter. And you can see those breaths of life there as there's a Eckenbarger steal and pass away. Amy, if they play like that for the rest of the game, I think we're going to see both sides reverse. I think so, but let's also keep in mind that Clinton Central's point guard, although she's a freshman, she plays a lot older than what she is. So I really like the ball in her hands if Prairie continues that pressure coming up. But yeah, if Prairie can get some baskets in transition, it could be a completely different game here in the second half. You know, as they always say, it's a tale of two halves. So be interesting to see what adjustments both of these coaches made here at halftime. 16 fresh minutes on the clock, 7 points separating the teams. If you like what you saw, Clinton Prairie, their next match is in a week. They take on Twin Lakes in their tournament. As for Clinton Central, they'll take on Indianapolis Ritter in downtown Indy. 8 fresh minutes on the clock. And a foul quickly is going to send someone to the line. We'll take another look at it. It looks like they'll get the 12 jersey, Erica Robbins, on that, her second. Obviously team first of this half.
Great start there by the Gophers. Took 11 11 seconds to get the ball in the paint. Again, every time they've gotten the ball there, it has led to something good. Sydney Swan gets 2 free throws.
And now the Gophers have crossed over the 20-point margin. So this game within 5. Remember, at one point, it was 13 was the deficit. And another offensive miscue, and back the other way it goes to the black jerseys. Eckenbarger will dribble up in that 21. So you can see a whole new offensive setup for the Gophers, as they won't try to take that immediate 3-point shot. It's going back the other way. So a real momentum killer, as Courtney Serber will throw in.
Look, I think they got Haven Wilson there for a moving screen that she tried to set for Eckenbarger. So keep in mind that would be her 3rd personal foul.
She would be the 3rd person on Prairie with 3. This one goes down the other end. Swan puts it in. Off glass and good. Yeah, Claire Eckenbarger has 3 as well. So Clinton Prairie needs to get very creative if they're going to keep being aggressive on both sides of the floor. This game within 3 now. Tide's quickly shifting. Up for Sarah Parkinson and good.
Yeah, when the Bulldogs need one, you better bet they're going to go down to Sarah Parkinson. That's a great finish.
Eckenbarger down the other end. This game speeding way up compared to the first 2 quarters of action. And now we see that full court or most court press, and just intercepted right away. This looks like a different Clinton Prairie team than we saw just moments ago. They'll try to throw down the other end to no avail, but how about these halftime adjustments? I mean, this is a whole new squad.
For sure. Credit Coach Morris here, bringing the energy in the second half. That is when the Gophers are best, when they can get some easy turnovers, which they've been able to do so far in this half.
And another offensive miscue leads to a turnover. Here's that Eckenbarger 2. Using her whole body to get up and lay it in. Definitely a size mismatch down low. CP not letting him bother him so far. Wilson doesn't convert. Goes back the other way, and here's where Clinton Central needs to slow down, take some deep breaths, set something up. Obviously no shot clock. They have as much time as they want. 2-point jumper. The long 2 doesn't go. Game continues as Eckenbarger fights for it. CC gets it back.
It's a very physical play there. Maybe could have been a foul, but the referees don't call it, so it wasn't one.
Throwing in will be Caitlin Beck. No points scored in the last minute. 28-25. Just over 5 to go. Eckenbarger kicking it wide. Haven Wilson, no good. Down the other way we go with Carly Davison. Davison gets it poked away. Hitting the floor there was Parkinson. And there's another look at the scrum in the paint that leads to the jump ball.
Can also sense the physicality from both teams in the second half is completely different than what it was in the first half. Both teams are getting on the floor, and it's just a little bit different from the first and second quarters.
Seems like they figured it out quite a bit, matching up well. Neither side seems to have the clear advantage. Clinton Central got off to that hot start, not something they're used to doing. Usually they only score about 15 points before the halfway mark. Not the case tonight. And this one's picked off and away by Davison. Doesn't move too quickly. Sends it back on the outside to Adams, back up top. Adams thought she was going to have that open three. So a good defensive read by Wilson. Davison tries the fancy step. I think they'll get Sam Adams for the reach there.
Davison is one of those point guards where she is pass first a lot of the times. Right now, I think the Bulldogs need her to be a little bit more aggressive and kind of look for her own shot. There are 2 times she got into the paint and kind of forced a pass when she could have taken the shot.
Eckenbarger down low. Catch and shoot. Good for 2. And this is the kind of impact that I think many predicted Claire Eckenbarger would have in this game. It's just that threat. When you see her shoot, you know it's going in.
Yeah, she's one that I would definitely trust. The ball in her hands, something good is typically going to happen. And here in the second half, she's not only brought some defensive intensity, but she's attacked. She's made some shots down on the offensive end as well.
Three and a half to go. And Carly Davison just unable to grab onto it. A little too much heat on there. So throwing in will be Caitlin Beck to Claire Eckenbarger with 3.5 to go here in this third quarter. Looks like a different game. It's only within 1.
It does. Right now the Bulldogs just need to calm down a little bit. A lot of their turnovers aren't necessarily because Prairie has so much pressure. They're just kind of forcing a lot of passes. So control the things that they can control, take care of the ball when they can, and it will show just from the first half. Good things will happen for them as well.
Trapped was Erica Robbins. And so that'll lead to the timeout. And so with the stoppage in play, I'd like to thank our friends at Healthy Communities of Clinton County. The Healthy Communities of Clinton County Coalition was formed in 2006 as a partnership of healthcare providers, service care providers, educators, and community leaders who are interested in addressing issues of health in the Clinton County community. Now, over 15 years later, the coalition is still committed to making permanent changes by encouraging policy, systems, and environmental changes with the desire to always make the, quote, healthy choice the easy choice, end quote. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. And now Clinton Central trying to respond after a very aggressive Clinton Prairie third quarter. And 28-27, about 3 minutes to go, poked out of bounds there. And so not much scoring, a whole lot of, offensive set pieces. This half started off so quickly on both ends of the floor. The catch and shoot doesn't go. Here's Eckenbarger. Kelmore is clearly trying to set something up. Eckenbarger again. Maybe didn't get the first look that they wanted.
You can see the Gophers here are being they're more patient than what they were. I mean, there just turns into a Hailey Wilson turnover, but they've been they've been more patient than what they were in the first half with just taking one shot.
Interruption. Had Hailey Wilson been just a step faster, we would have gotten it right away. Instead, CP will throw in. as substitutions are made with 2 minutes to go. And here comes Eckenbarger. And this Clinton Prairie offense really built around her. How do you continue to protect her with 3 fouls here in the third quarter?
She's a senior that's been playing a lot of minutes since she was a freshman, so you trust her as a coach just with her game experience and her maturity to not pick up that easy foul. She knows that Coach Morris needs her on the court.
Here's another quick look at it. And we'll see who they got. I believe it might have been Bridget Royer. And that would be her first. Third of the quarter for the home team, and it's all tied up. And just like that, Clinton Prairie regains the lead. A very difficult third quarter for Bulldog fans. Prairie's gotten a lot more aggressive on defense. Take a look at that. The scrum down on the floor as Wilson went all over it. And so we switched the other way, and that's the kind of defensive aggression I'm sure was instilled at halftime.
For sure. Now, what Clinton Central needs to do is, just like we talked about at halftime, making adjustments. They've got to make an adjustment in the way that they are playing. They're not able to get some of those looks that they were in the first half, so they've got to find something else that's going to get them going.
Here comes the fast break. Davison interrupted. And a good foul to make, because that would have been 2 points every time. Maybe it was just out of bounds. Just a minute to go here in this third quarter of play. Back and forth basketball as Sarah Parkinson dishes out wide. 3-point doesn't fall. Erica Robbins might have thought about the shot. Davison holding on to it with only a minute to go, and this is going to be a game that really goes down to the final seconds if it stays like this.
They've got to look inside to Sarah Parkinson. She's their leading scorer. She's getting some positioning down on the block, just not a lot of looks.
Davison, and there's that upperclassman experience in the housing of a freshman. Knows exactly the right time to reach up and make a shot. 30-29, the Bulldogs hang on to the lead here in this third quarter.
Bulldogs fans aren't going to like that one. This game, especially this quarter, has been pretty physical, but right there, that's going to be a foul call every time. Carly Davison gets 2 hands on the ball handler.
Final seconds of this third quarter. Knocked away, got to shoot it here at half court. Will she get the shot up? Didn't matter, because that'll be the end of the third quarter, 30-29. Like my colleague Amy Anthrop said, a tale of 2 halves, and we'll see the final 8 minutes of it just after this break. You're watching the ISC Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Welcome back to ISC Sports Network. You have not missed a whole lot. This is the first possession of the fourth quarter, and that's how it ended. Instead of a bucket, it will be out of bounds. And Courtney Serber will throw back in. 7.5 to go here in Michigantown in the rivalry matchup. Clinton Central hosting Clinton Prairie, and only 1 point separating these two squads. Harley Davison. The toss inside, Davison. Looking, got it. She's been a force in this second half.
I love that possession for Clinton Central. They have got to get their two star players, Carly Davidson and Sarah Parkinson, going right there. Just a high ball screen for Carly Davison leads to a pull-up, but for them to be successful and finish this game, those two have got to be their primary offense.
Haley Wilson and Eckenbarger around the top, slowing it down. About 6.5 to go. And one for Clinton Prairie. And that's a great offensive effort there by Caitlin Beck. Another look. Good off glass and picks up the opportunity for 3 points the hard way.
Caitlin Beck's counter report should say for the Bulldogs, she is best when she is driving right there. She just attacks north-south, gets to the rim quickly, and she does a great job of finishing with some contact.
$32 deep into this one. A low-scoring affair in Michigantown as Davison breaks the trap. Parkinson kicks it wide. The three-pointer on its way and falls. That will be a timeout. And how about this reversal of strategy as Clinton Central is able to completely capitalize off of CP maybe being a little aggressive on defense.
They were pretty close to a 10-second violation, which they had one in the third quarter, but they break that. Prairie doesn't find their key shooter, Erica Robbins, and she's made a couple tonight, so might want to find her, especially in transition, because she's a good shooter and she's going to keep shooting it.
So 6.5 to go. Amy, if you're down in that locker room, or in that huddle, excuse me, for Clinton Central, what exactly are you saying?
Got to keep defending. Okay, this game is going to come down to the defensive end. Whoever gets more stops here down the stretch. So I'm sure Coach Helmick is telling them, got to keep defending, got to make somebody other than, the Swans and Eckenbarger and Beck hurt you. So, and then on the offensive end, maybe talking about that press a little bit. If they get somebody in the middle, flash, catch, turn, look there, they're going to be able to beat that a little bit easier instead of just passing around at the top of that press.
So we will see if they follow those sage words of wisdom as Claire Eckenbarger is relatively unguarded. They'll choose to stay back on defense. Central gets the opportunity off the miss. Carly Davison. Low to Robbins, and yeah, CP not messing around at all. Keeping 2 or 3 on her. But how about Parkinson? Like you said earlier, their leading scorer. And one for Eckenbarger. Drive. That's all Clinton Prairie has got to do.
That was a pretty move here. You can see the inside-out dribble, looks like a crossover, keeps it in that right hand, finishes at the rim. That was a pretty move.
So now she gets the chance to tack on one more from the charity stripe. Doesn't fall. 37-34 with 5:50 to go. The 6th team foul, by the way, for the home Bulldogs compared to just 1 from Clinton Prairie. And there's an offensive miscue. Play stays alive. Dish it over to Eckenbarger. Pass back out under the rim. Wilson can't cash in. But hey, this thing stays alive for another and 1. So how about that, Sydney Swan? Catches it, doesn't let the play die, and then just puts it up at the perfect opportunity with a nice finger roll. Had the chance to tie, didn't get it. Just over 5 minutes to go. Clinton Central up 1. And they're going to eat some clock. Don Helmick's group on the opportunity. Robbins. But how about the Davison rebound to keep it alive?
She's kind of just been everywhere tonight.
And no whistles. That's a live ball. Good off glass is Haley Wilson. This quickly turning into a midcourt battle. And that'll be a 10-second. Yeah, here's the interruption by Eckenbarger.
Good for Haley Wilson to stay with it. No foul called. Stays with the play, finishes at the other end.
Keeping her eye on the ball. Finishing the play. Definitely important for a team clawing back, and that put them over Clinton Central 38-37. 4.5 to go. Eckenbarger. Good for 2. And now CP starting to pull away. 40-37. And a quick foul called to stop some of that momentum. They'll say it was on. Not quite sure. Not quite sure who that was on.
I think maybe they got Sydney Swan with 2 hands. It didn't look like much, but again, anytime you get 2 hands on the ball handlers, the officials are going to call that.
Didn't matter much. That was only the 2nd foul for Clinton Prairie. Under the rim is dangerous, and Davison capitalizes. Hands up to Claire Eckenbarger. 3.5 to go. This game rapidly picking up steam. Of course, all eyes begin to come on the postseason when snow's on the ground, and it soon will be. CP finished 18-8. Davison interrupts. Can't finish, but picks up the foul. It'll be on Eckenbarger, her 4th.
Great hands by the freshman. Again, she has been everywhere tonight. For the Bulldogs to stay in and close out this game, she's got to continue to have a big role in the last 3 minutes.
Three minutes and 19 seconds to go. And so we will step aside to thank our friends at Defining Looks Hair, Wig, and Nail Salon. At Defining Looks, we know that shopping for a wig can be intimidating. We strive to make your experience fabulous and ensure you receive the best quality service available. For more information, visit defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, be your own kind of beautiful. And the CP offense has been its own kind of beautiful as all the pieces have come together. And it seems completely stunted, this Helmick scheme that the home team was running.
I think the key part of this is Clinton Prairie's playing some defense now. The first half, the Bulldogs got a lot of open looks. Clinton Prairie made some adjustments, and they're able to close down some of those looks, but also get a lot of deflections in the full court. their full court press has really disrupted Clinton Central and has led to some quick and some costly turnovers for the Bulldogs.
So we'll see on the final 3 minutes shakeout here. Of course, Clinton Central started off the game with a huge 13-point lead. The Tides have reversed. At the line to shoot, the freshman Carly Davidson. You could hear a pin drop in Michigantown. A well-timed scream, didn't matter. Goes into that rivalry environment.
It does. All the people of Michigantown, the Clinton Central Bulldogs, again, they've had this one circled, and they know it's been a while since the Bulldogs have beat the Gophers, so they're all probably sitting on the edge of their seats right now.
40-39 with 3 minutes to go. It really doesn't get much closer than this. Outside, three-pointer doesn't go. Carly Davison, can they escape their own defensive scheme? Up top, Davison flicks it inside. Parkinson gives it to Royer for two. And now goes the other way. Clinton Central, 41. Clinton Prairie, 40. With 2:40 to go. 2-point jumper. And Clinton Prairie takes the lead. Too many lead changes to count. It has to be in the double digits at this point.
Yeah, both teams are just going back and forth right now.
Trading punches at the end of this game. Here's Royer, going to try some creativity. Instead goes to Davison, who sneaks in for two. So 2 minutes to go now. And Clinton Central on top by one, 43-42. Eckenbarger. Whistle blown as Sydney Swan had it on the inside. Foul starting to play a factor. Here's another look at that back cut from Carly Davison.
Yeah, you say fouls playing a factor. Here with 2 minutes to go, the Gophers are going to be shooting for the rest of the game. And with Clinton Prairie only having 3 total fouls in this half, so that could play a major factor in the last couple minutes.
Also the 14 jersey, Surber, I just realized has 4 personals. And so, yeah, like you said, Amy, it's going to be a lot of trips to the line if Clinton Central isn't careful, and that one just goes way out of bounds.
I think Claire Eckenbarger maybe got a hand on that.
Yeah, they'll say it's off CP. Davison can't go anywhere. Good hustle to keep the play alive. Over and back. Minute 40 and rolling. Good interruption there made by Bridget Royer.
Gophers just need to be patient here. Wait till a good opportunity arises. A minute 15, that's still a long time in this game.
Beck tried it. Check that one off your bingo card. It's on top of the backboard. Can't remember the last time I've seen one actually stop up there, though. Oh, and so the officials will have to try to get it. First attempt, no good. Place your bets now. I think it's going to be 5 or more.
Might be easier to get it. Might be easier to get it from the other side.
Somebody has a shoe. Maybe if Kokomo's Forey Badunga was there, he could get it.
However long it takes them, it just kind of adds an extra timeout for both of these teams. Looks like both coaches have pulled their players over.
He got it. Give the interruption to the stripe team there. And so this game continues with a minute 12 to go. Nice shooting.
Be interesting to see how the Gophers play this possession. I mean, a minute 12 is still a long time in this game, but they've got to get a stop and get something. Do have some fouls to give, so that's a smart move by Hiley to disrupt them in the backcourt.
4th team foul for CP. Hiley Wilson's 2nd. Carly Davison. A lot of heat on that pass, and she's trapped. They'll eventually find their way out as the whistle blows. Went back to Davison, and again, Clinton Prairie with fouls to give now under a minute. The Gophers trail by 1.
Here's a good chance to just be overly aggressive. Maybe try to get a trap somewhere. If you foul, not a big deal because you still have some, but they've got to apply some pressure somewhere.
Parkinson. Davison gets it back, and it was tipped, so this thing stays alive, and it's picked off.
Oh, I think she traveled. I think she got a little excited there on the catch and shuffled her feet before she put the ball down.
Man. Play that could have really put the exclamation point on this thing is instead interrupted. And yeah, that travel got to be crippling. But what do you draw up with, 36.5? You're on defense. If you're Clinton Prairie, you've got to make that interruption, right?
Right. I mean, Coach Morris he's stuck with the zone this year, so I would throw a trap somewhere, maybe if they catch on the baseline or if they're up close to half court. Try to use the sideline, try to use the baseline as the 2nd, 3rd defender. But the Gophers, they have some fouls to give, so it's not going to hurt them in any way to be a little bit overly aggressive, protect the basket. If you foul, that's fine because you can set up your defense again, but they've got to look to get some type of turnover or some type of disruption to get the ball back.
36.5. Kill Morris, a few words. Quick timeout. They were out quickly after the halftime break as well. Seems like Clinton Prairie has an opinion of what they want to do at least.
Looks like Gophers are going to switch and go man-to-man here. Haven't seen that too much from the Gophers this year, but good time to do it.
No time like the present with 36 seconds to go. Near foul, interruption instead. Here comes Eckenbarger. Down the other way. She's fouled. And this is going to be a moment at the line that Eckenbarger remembers for a while. A difficult foul as she hit the deck hard. And she's back up. She'll have the opportunity to turn the tides of this game. Put CP up 1 with 28 seconds to go.
Yeah, she's got 2 here. She's a 60% free throw shooter, so one of the better free throw shooters for the Gophers. She's played very well in this second half. So if you're Coach Morris, you're probably pretty happy that this one is that Claire gets to shoot these. Looked like they were trying to talk to see if she was in the process of shooting or if it was on the floor.
They'll say shooting with the 2 shots. Misses the first. 43-42.
Gophers have missed quite a few free throws here in this second half.
Gets that one.
So now still the Gophers have some fouls to give. That's maybe not one that you want because your other trap isn't, Eckenbarger's not up to close that trap. But now with that being their 6th foul.
$20 seconds to go, 43 all. Davison looked almost open. She looks for the basket, can't find it. A whistle blows. the crowd reacts, we'll see what it is.
Coach Helmick called a timeout there. Maybe thought that Davidson, I mean, she was triple team, but that's one of those where as soon as you see the ball comes out and best player catches it, Sarah Parkinson going to be wide open on the baseline. That's one as a coach that you almost try to get back. But ball out of bounds here on the baseline. So he is already drawing up a play. I would expect either Carly Davison to get the look or Sarah Parkinson. Here you can see triple team. She breaks this. Parkinson going to have a wide open shot there on the baseline. But instead, ball will be out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Clinton Central could have tried to at least do something with it.
Yeah, at the end of the game, I would want the ball in one of two players for the Bulldogs, and that would be Davidson or Parkinson, which both of them on that last possession touched the ball. So look for the Bulldogs, same thing on this possession. I would imagine ball's got to go to one of those two.
Here we go. 8.9 seconds in the Clinton County rivalry game. And CC inbounds.
Oh, gosh.
Clock starts. Parkinson kicks it out to Davison, who gets it. No timeout. It's still a live ball. It's the final score. And here come the Bulldogs out of the court to celebrate. For the first time in more than a decade, if this stands, Clinton Central walks away with it.
And I want everybody right now to look at the emotions on Sam Adams' face. Tell me this game didn't mean much to them.
Here it is again. It was
Close to an over and back there, but great pass by Parkinson. Finds Davidson for the cut and the finish.
And that'll do it. And so, wow. 45-43. I just have to ask, if you had to give a player of the game on our winning Bulldog roster, who would you give it to?
It's got to go to Carly Davidson. I mean, she has been everywhere tonight. Finishes with a game winner as a freshman. I mean, she's going to be a player to really keep an eye on for the next 3 years. So great overall team game by the Bulldogs. And again, you can see the emotion on their face. This one meant a lot to them, and they've had it circled for a long time. So give a lot of credit to the Bulldogs for finding a way to get it done when things got rough there in the second half. They still kept playing defense. They stayed together and finished a very good and competitive game between two good teams.
Take a look at the highlights. Play it over and over again. Hanging in the Louvre in Michigantown. The Bulldogs walk away with it 45-43, the final score. And you saw it all live on ISC Sports Network. On behalf of Sean Walker in the studio, Sam Waugh, Elijah Mash on camera, I'm JD Arlen alongside Amy Anthrop saying good night, and we'll see you next time.
There is something for everyone to love at Mulberry Pizza King. We have fresh salads, hot sandwiches, frozen treats, and fountain drinks. And of course, pizza! Always made to order and cooked in our ovens until your pizza is fit for a king. So come see why we've been a Mulberry tradition since 1974. Dine in at 137 South Glick Street in Mulberry or call 765-296-2344 to place a carry-out order.